Greetings everybody and welcome to a new video. My name is Fuko and today we have a look at the new Plateosaurus, which is part of a new fully reworked ASA mod package called Faye's Menagerie. As I said, it's from ASA and it was completely remodeled for ASA, and the Plateosaurus is the first entry in this series. And it is an early to medium game tame, and it has a lot of special new stuff it can do. So let's hop right into it and tame this new dinosaur. And here we are on Extinction on the sunken forest part of the map, and I've instantly found a Plateosaurus level 145 with the help of the good old Dino Finder. One of my top 3 mods, if you ask me, because Jesus Christ, I would have searched for this guy for like hours probably, because I am blind as hell. So, they spawn on every map, in every jungle, grassland and desert that you can imagine. They are quite common, they are almost like a more strong Parasaurus, so quite the early tame. As soon as they are attacked though, they can fight back, so better get at least some medium good armor. Otherwise, very easy forward tame. You just knock them out and you tame them just like any other dinosaur in the early game. And that's what we will do right now. Let me see. What I really like is the way they are moving. They remind me of a little... They almost look like a meat eater from the way they are moving, but they are a plant eater. Look at this fluent animations. Amazing. For the people that wonder why he's so bloody, he fought with a Carnotaurus before I arrived. I had to help him a little bit before the Carnotaurus would ruin my tame. But yeah, super nice. Apparently these guys were on ASE as a mod, but on ASE I was not a mod player, so I would not know about this. So yeah, definitely a great fucking texture. Look at this. Amazing work was put into this one. So let's knock him out. I was expecting that to go pretty quickly because I have a 600 damage long neck rifle. Let's see, they want regular kibble. I just give them extraordinary. I have more kibble than I could ever use because of the drakelings. They give so much kibble in their hordes when you look for them. So yeah, I will tame this beautiful starter tame out, and then I will be back at my beautiful extension base. See you guys soon! The Plateosaurus saddle unlocks at level 25, so it's an early to mid-game level unlock, and you can craft it inside your survivor inventory. No smithy needed. Here we have 2 Plateosaurus out-tamed. I thought I will tame a perfect 150 breeding pair. They tame out at level 225, and here we see the model without a saddle, and here the model with a saddle. The saddle's really thematically pleasing. It reminds me of a mix between an iguanodon and a parasaur, and their role as an early to mid-game tame is an extremely important one, because they are actually good at making different elixirs and potions for stuff that you really need in the game. And I will show you these things that they can actually make. So, Plateosaurus without a saddle, completely normal inventory, there's nothing about it. It's really not a combat tame, so you shouldn't ride this one against a Carnotaurus or a T-Rex. As soon as you equip them with a saddle, then transform their inventory, and first of all, you can use them as a mortar and pestle, just like a completely normal thing. You can make cementing paste, you can make gunpowder, you can make preserving salt, everything in their inventory, which is amazing, because everybody always wants a movable, mobile mortar and pestle. It's a thing that is really, really, really important in the mid to early game. Really is in the end game too, as a gem bench. But yeah, you can just take it with you and craft wherever you want. Next up, you've seen there's a new thing in here. Blueprint fermented narcoberries. You can actually put narcoberries into his inventory and it automatically ferments the narcoberries to a fermented narcoberry. So what can these fermented narcoberries do? First of all, they are double as effective in taming plant eaters, herbivores, as major berries. So they are like the algae that Archelon produces, basically. They are like kibble, but in a discounted form. So they're not quite as efficient as kibble, but there are for early game players, so people don't have rentally available kibbles yet in en masse like the late game players have. So they can use these to tame things like stegos double as fast, basically, as they would with a major berry. And everybody knows when you have to tame a stegosaurus in the early game with major berries, it takes ages. It is such a long progress. So yeah, these are definitely nice. They take a long time to make in the inventory. It feels like 5 minutes per crafting process here. But if you have a lot of these and they are really, really easy to tame, you can just put 10 of these in your base and they all make these special taming food narcoberries for you over time. And you get them quite nicely stacked within an hour. Let's see, he's just finishing this one. And here we have fermented narcoberry. Fermented in the ingloufis. I don't know what that word is. It's probably like pre-digested stuff, I would assume. Of the Plateosaurus, this sweet substance is irresistible to herbivores. So yeah, they are just a better version of the menagerie. But there's also something else you can do with them. You can see here we have the button consumables, and it opens a lot new recipes that only the Plateosaurus has available in the game. You cannot make them anywhere else. So, first of all, the crafted foods. You have Blueprint Herbivore's Delight, and you have baby food. Both of them are extremely helpful in the early stages of the game when you are completely new to combat and raising babies, and I will explain to you what these things can actually do now. Herbivore Delight gives your herbivores that you feed it to speed, resistance, and attack boost as long as it's active. So this one is potentially really important to give for dinos that you want to use in a boss battle before you actually go into the boss battle itself. I don't really know how long this effect lasts, but I think it's a few minutes. The baby food item can be given to any creature, not only herbivores. It can be given also to meat eaters, to carnivores. And if you feed it to a baby, it instantly imprints the baby to 30% imprint. So no longer you have to worry about missing an imprint timer, so the baby tames out at like 80% or 90%. You can actually immediately imprint it to 30%, no matter how much it has grown up already at that point. And you only have to imprint it to 70%, by 70% at that point, which makes it a lot easier to actually meet those imprint timers to reach a maximum of 100%. This one is actually a game changer, and I love this item. It makes it actually valuable for high level and endgame tribes as well. Just as in the normal mortar, you can also make drugs. You have narcotics, you have bug repellents, you can probably also make other stuff that I have not currently skilled, and of course a lesser antidote. Last but definitely not least, we have the pet brews, which are 4 different brews that you can make also with the fermented narcoberries. These ones only take 2 instead of the other ones that take 25 and 30. This one is the medical pet brew. It promotes healing for your pet. This one is the energy pet brew. It refills your pet's stamina. These are basically health potion and stamina potion that usually only survivors get. This one is a speed pet brew. It increases the speed of your animal. Very helpful in dangerous situations where you have to get out of dodge very quickly. And of course, the adrenaline pet brew, which makes your pet stronger for a limited time, which I would assume increases armor and strength temporarily. That's why it takes 10 fermented narcoberries instead of only 2. So, these special recipe all need a lot of fermented narcoberries, especially the herbivore delight and the baby food, which is amazing for raising babies. So, if I were you, I would put just like 10 of these guys into your base, have them create these fermented narcoberries for like an hour, and then just rake in all of the productivity they did in the hour. That's why these guys are so amazing for how simple they are. They are definitely in the same league as an iguanodon, although an iguanodon is more for transforming berries into seeds, so you can immediately use those seeds. But these guys are definitely amazing for early, for mid, and even for end game, for people that raise babies a lot. So definitely worth to check out. And let's be honest here, this texture of this animal, how it's made, it's just amazing work. The artist behind this dinosaur, I think her name is, or their name is Faye, did an amazing work with how this animal turned out. And it's a really, really nice addition that's fitting really great into the world of Ark. So yeah, get the Plateosaurus today completely for free in the Ark mod catalog. I hope you liked this video. I'm Fuko. See you next time. Goodbye.